implications of climate change, especially the rising sea levels, on human security. She has 5 publications on different areas of human security. After becoming blind in 2011, she decided to pursue her Juris Doctor, a professional doctorate degree in law. Currently, she is a first-year law student at UBC, and apart from being a student, she is also the mother to an 8-year-old daughter. Please join me in welcoming Romana to the stage.
Thank you so much for those wonderful and generous remarks, Satvinder. I don't know, if I deserve all those wonderful remarks. What I did is what I had to do, I believe, as a mother and as a daughter. But thank you so much. First of all, they brought me all the way from UBC. I'm still not very good at outside mobility, so I can travel on my own. So Satvinder and Vivian brought me here, and so thank you so much for that. You have the hard job to drop me again. Anyway, so thank you so much everyone for coming here. And when Saranjit asked me to come and then share my story and talk about my personal experience and how I am involved in the community, I felt really honored, and I guess, I was waiting. I thought that law could give me that foundation that I needed to start talking about my personal experience and how changes need to be done in different areas. But I realized that, by the time there is no right time for anything. You can start whenever you want, and then to share my personal experience and how I perceived or tried to change the negativities in my life, and I'm still trying to overcome my disability. It doesn't need any institutional education. I can start from anywhere. So that's why I'm here. And then sometimes I think maybe a little bit of background will be better. Most of you, I don't know if you know about my story. Well, it's a story, but it's a true life story. So the first time I came to Canada, I wasn't blind. I lived 33 years of my life as a sighted person, and now how I'm making the rest of the years of my life, or I will make the rest of the years in my life, is totally dependent on me. And that's the realization that changed my perspective towards life. So after I became blind, the first thing that came into my mind that, okay, I'm gonna take care of my daughter, I'm gonna take care of my parents, I'm gonna leave. I don't have the skills, I'm gonna leave. And pursuing my studies, that was far, far away from my priority list. But I was in academia, so I couldn't stop my brain from thinking. And after I became blind, the initial year was very, very depressing, and I felt like brain dead. I wasn't doing anything. So that's when I decided to go for law school. But previously I was trying to pursue my PhD in environmental security. But when that didn't happen, and then I just had to end my journey by completing my master's, then I realized that, okay, law can give my give me the foundation that I need. And what made me compassionate towards law is when I encountered the legal system in my country after I became blind. So I was born in a moderate Muslim family. I'm saying that, well, my appearance doesn't show that I'm a moderate Muslim anyway, but it wasn't imposed on me by anyone. I chose it myself. And my parents, I grew up with a younger brother. Though I never was discriminated against by my parents or my family, the invisible rules in my society kind of compelled me to see that and feel that I'm a woman, I'm a girl. And at one point I used to play cricket a lot with my cousins and my brother. At one point I had to stop going to the field. And then, well, my brother and my cousins were really happy because I demolished their bowling attack all the time. But that was one of the invisible rules that, okay, the society kind of compelled me to realize that, well, you are a girl, you can't go to the field and play with the boys. So that's when I first realized that I'm a girl. And after that, several incidents happened, and then I had to sacrifice or compromise with my realities. But I have always been proud to be a woman, and I still am. So then when I got married, the scenario totally changed. I got married at the age of 21. And then my parents, who taught me, I come from a family where education was valued the most. And then when I was married, then I realized that no matter how good you are, no matter how your future, how bright your future is, you have to be a good wife. And then what's the definition of a good wife? No matter how abusive your partner is, you have to sacrifice and accept all those abuses. And I was doing it. I was trying to be a good wife, because I didn't have the courage at the age of 21 to go against the rules of the society. Though I was educated and I was studying, but I didn't have the courage to go against the rule of the society. I was thinking, what will happen to my parents? How will they face the society that their daughter is divorced? How will I complete my studies? How will I finish my studies? So all those questions and all those things, I didn't have the strength at that age to think about any other option than to be in that oppressive, abusive marriage. So I did that, and then when I completed my bachelor's and my first master's, I was fortunate enough. So I joined the department as a junior lecturer, and then I started my career for the first time. I became a mother, and then my thoughts that to come out of that abusive marriage became very feeble. I wasn't even thinking about that I had any other option than to be in that marriage. But I didn't realize at that time that, this type of relationship won't do any good to my daughter. She won't be able to learn anything from her parents, though both of her parents are together. That's what I didn't know. I thought it was a shame for me if I go share my story with other people, that how abusive my husband is. But I didn't realize at that time that, it's not a shame for me. It's a shame for those people who inflict violence against other human beings. And after that, so when I realized that, okay, I can't live with a person who doesn't have any respect towards my career. So I just then decided to be separated from my husband and then ex-husband, and then I came to Canada to pursue higher studies. I came here, I finished, almost completed my master's. Just the thesis was left because I needed to go back and then collect data for my thesis. When I went back, then my ex-husband tried to compel me to go back with him again, and not to come back to Canada again. And when I didn't agree to that, he just attacked me. He attacked me. The first attack was in my eyes, and it was really brutal. I don't know why I survived. I don't know how I survived, but I just know that somehow I survived. There must be a reason behind that. And yes, I saw death with my own eyes. And unfortunately, that is the last thing that I saw. But then I told myself, if you just think about those things, nothing will happen. Your life will be stagnant. And I just can't be stagnant for the rest of my life. So after that, the doctors told me that there's nothing we could do, we can do to restore your vision, so your sight. So I don't know how I survived those days. I really have no idea. I was struggling with all my other injuries as well, and the doctors were surprised at how I survived that massive amount of blood loss. So I came back to Canada, and it happened like a dream. All my friends at the St. John's College, they organized rallies, and the UBC, my UBC family, and I'm proud to call that my UBC family. The university got together, and then it just it was an amazing thing. Everything was going on, and then no one could believe that a North American university, who they refer as money-making institutions, could do such a thing, right? So it was an amazing experience, and I felt so proud. I felt so proud that though I don't know how to express my feelings when I was struggling with everything in the hospital at that time, with all those questions that I already told you, how I'm gonna raise my child. So at that point, the amount of support from a totally different country, and the amount of love and support that I received, and from those rallies, from those remarks, from the messages from my friends, that meant a lot. That gave me the strength not to withdraw charges from my ex-husband. And then, because I was constantly receiving threat calls in my hospital to withdraw charges against him, otherwise they would harm my daughter, they would kidnap my daughter, my parents will be harmed. So all sorts of things, and it was very hard for me because I didn't know how I'm gonna survive, how I'm gonna live. It was a big decision for me. But I just thought that, I won't tolerate it. Let anything happen. I have seen death with my own eyes. I don't care about anything else. And then I came back here with my family in just 2 months. And UBC supported me to finish my master's, and then I wrote LSAT, which was again a very, very pathetic experience. But I don't know how I made it. I don't have any of those skills, how to live as a blind person. I don't know Braille. I still am not comfortable with Braille. I don't know the computer software, which is called JAWS, how the blind people operate computer. I don't have any of those skills, but at the same time, I couldn't wait to get all those skills and start my career. No, it wasn't possible for me. I was feeling brain dead. So what I did, I tried LSAT. I attempted LSAT with a magnetic board and magnetic letters, because there are lots of visual diagrams, so you need to draw them to answer some questions. That's what I did. So after LSAT, when I finished my master's, defended my master's, my supervisor told me, and that remark I will remember all my life. He told me, you know, Rumana, we were expecting many disruptions in the middle of your defense. So we were prepared for it, but within 5 minutes you started presenting. We forgot that you couldn't see, you can't see, and we came back to our professor mode and asked you all those brutal questions. And so it was a great achievement for me, and that gave me enormous strength that of course I want to be treated equally. I want everyone to go beyond my blindness, to see beyond my blindness. I haven't changed. It's just that I can't see anymore. And yesterday, when I spoke to one of the events organized by Amnesty International and Oxfam, and there I just told them that, you know, I feel, and I really feel that I have lost my sight, but I have gained a vision, which allows me to understand everything with my heart. And that's a great thing. I don't think I had this capacity or power when I could see. I understand I understand people's pains. I'm in law school now, and then when I go through those cases, they are not cases to me. They are people who have gone through those experiences. I can feel their pain. I can feel how they felt when they were abused or assaulted or murdered. So all these insights and vision gives me strength every day to keep on going and help people. I don't know, sometimes when I need help, I feel very frustrated, but then I tell myself, you know, you just can't see, you can't do everything else. So yeah, I know not being able to see is a big thing, but I just tell myself that you just can't see, because I am focusing, I'm trying to focus on the other things that I still can do. And that is how I guess I'm getting the strength to share my stories. I know it's a very traumatic experience, but I'm so